Today I'm going to ask him some questions. You work in a public school for 5 years?
6.
6 years? Is this teaching job your first job in Korea?
My first and only job in Korea, yes.
Did you have experience before the job?
Coming to Korea
Yeah.
before? I've had...
아니.
In Korea?
In Korea.
No.
I see.
When I arrived here, it was my first time arriving ever. I'd never been on a trip or anything.
아, 그렇구나.
That was my first job in Korea.
Did you find your job in your home?
I found it when I was living in the UK.
Why do you work in a same school, and why do you keep the school?
Okay. Well, there are two main reasons. The emotional and then just the emotional reasons is just there's nothing wrong with it. The school is very comfortable, convenient. There's nothing wrong. There's no reason that I would want to leave.
Haven't you thought about to go outside of this area, like living in Seoul or Busan or Daejeon?
My students in my school are firstly they're not from well-off backgrounds, so they aren't all very good at speaking English, but they're not that bad either. So they're kind of like in between. There's a mixture. However, also I've spoke to a lot of teachers that come to my school every year. They always change, and they've told me our school, what I'm in right now, our students tend to be quite well behaved compared to other schools. So every time I get new teachers, they are quite surprised how moderate or kind of just okay our school is. I mean, my school is not amazing, but if I was to change school, I wouldn't know if I was going to a school where the environment could be worse.
맞아.
It could be that.
맞아.
I could go into a school where the kids are really badly behaved.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But then also you have the logical reasons. If you're in a public school and you want to change schools, you then finish your contract at the school and you cannot get the bonus for recontracting, which is a month's salary.
좋은 tip. Really good tip.
Also, you don't get the bonus holiday as well. Because the Wonomi teachers, and they're just the English-speaking teachers, they have 20 days holiday at public school. But when you recontract, you get a bonus. I think it's 5 or 6 every year. It keeps changing. When I first started in 2014, it was 12 days. But I think it's now. It is 6. It's come down to 6 now. So if you recontract, you get an extra 6 days bonus holiday, and you get a bonus. Money bonus as well for recontracting.
That's why.
And there's a third reason as well. If you recontract, then you will have a pay rise every year up until the maximum of limit of what they stated to be. So because I've worked at my school for 6 years now, I am now at the highest limit of pay rise. So if I was to change, I would then take a very big pay cut.
Yes, true.
So if I was to move school now, then firstly I would lose my bonus holiday, my bonus pay, and also my pay would be cut down a lot. Plus, we don't, like I said, the emotional reasons, I wouldn't know what school I'd be getting into. And also you'd have to move, so you've got to pay moving costs.
맞아.
So there are a lot of positives to stay. In all my experiences, all of my principals and vice principals and co-teachers have been very good and very amicable. Apart from a few co-teachers, but they were only short term. So only short term. So
one of my friends just keep the school. Even the school is so far, like 진짜 really corner of the Korea, but she keeps it because she gets more holidays.
She might, or if she's deep in the countryside, like you say, then usually if you work in the countryside, you actually get what's it called? I think it's called rural benefit or something, rural allowance. So you get even more money. because you're in the countryside, and that they say it's to do with that is to cover commuting expenses and travel costs. They say.
Wow.
But it's not a bad amount of money extra, I guess. So
Yeah.
some people, and those people sometimes they like live in the countryside because it's quieter. Sometimes I don't know.
How did you
Get
this public job? Absolutely, from agency.
yes, they helped me get it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Anyway, I passed. Who was the most important person to help you to adjust the new school life?
So in my school, actually, I talked with some of my co-teachers, and I've worked in my school for 6 years, and I have had 14 co-teachers. In all, 14 different teachers who worked with me.
They come and go.
Yeah, they change. Sometimes they would change every 6 months.
Every 6 months.
Sometimes they changed.
Wow.
But I've had a lot. However, in those 6 years, I've had one co-teacher that's always stayed there. And we worked from the beginning together. And I would say she's a very good friend, and she's given me a lot of advice. Just how to teach a Korean culture, how to get on with other Korean teachers, and how to just get on well in Korea. So.
What if there's no one to help your school life? Just through the paper, and
Yes.
you should do everything. If a teacher have the choice, not necessary, but have the state.
I understand what you mean.
How can they solve the problem?
So under the teaching booklet, the manual, which the teacher who is responsible for your job in the school, there's always one person. She's to help with the contract stuff and signing. There is a manual, and it states her job and my job. However, some people will read it differently. So like I said, I've had a lot of co-teachers. So sometimes I'll have co-teachers who are very helpful, sometimes too helpful. And sometimes I'll have teachers who are medium, sometimes teachers who are really not helpful, who expect me to do everything, even the job which they should be doing themselves. So it really depends who you have. But unfortunately, if you get a teacher that is not very helpful, there is not a lot you can do about it, unfortunately. Because it doesn't state it in your contract, but under the hierarchical system or working in a public school, they are actually your boss. So your co-teacher is actually your boss, and after the co-teacher, then you have the home teachers. They're then the bosses of them, and then you have like the gomushil, and then you have the vice principal and the principal. In the contract, it states that the employer is your boss, which is the principal. And I thought he was my only boss when I first came here. But after I understood Korean hierarchical system, I realized everyone's my boss. So unfortunately, the best way, because I've had a lot of different co-teachers, the best way to fix a situation when you have a really, really unhelpful co-teacher is actually to talk to the co-teachers that are helpful, highlight your problem, and then they know how to talk diplomatically to the other co-teacher. And kind of in a nice way say, oh, how about you do this? It'd be really kind if you did this to help him or her, So it's better to do it that way and get people on your side, and then because usually you usually have more than one co-teacher, and they'll try to be helpful.
Yes. Our politics is different as your politics. Sorry.
Also, if you want some good tips about working in a public school. If you really want to be in the good books on teachers, the best thing you can do is to eat lunch with the teachers. It's a very simple thing. It's not expensive because usually the school lunch is very cheap. It's not always good, which is quite good if you're on a diet. But the teachers are really happy if you eat lunch with them.
Oh,
really happy.
Good tip.
So whenever we have peshik, the vice principal, the principal always talk about it to me.
오, 진짜?
We are so happy you eat lunch with us
Wow,
every time.
wow.
It's like, okay, yes, you told me last time you like I, but I
Wow,
eat.
good part of having a public job.
It's a very easy job.
아, 진짜?
So, in my opinion,
어.
in my personal opinion, I know not everyone agree with me, but whenever I hear a teacher say, "Oh, my job is so hard," I think they're in the wrong job.
아,
My personal opinion. If your job, any job you're doing, is hard, you're not doing something right. Compared to other jobs I've done,
Yeah.
this job is it's challenging. Yes,
Yeah.
you have to learn how to do, but it's not hard. First year you are busy because you have to prepare a lot of lessons. But after your first or second year and you get the hang of it and you have a lot of your own materials.
아.
But sometimes I'll make new activities, or I have a new textbook. I'll have new materials to teach or new topics. I'm quite busy, but it doesn't take that very long.
Public job is easy. Yeah, he says.
Compared to hard one, yes.
Yes.
And also another good thing is with a hagwon, with a public school, you do have the education board. You can file complaints too.
어?
So if you are being unfairly treated in your school,
Yeah.
or you aren't getting paid correctly, or you aren't getting the holidays or the sick pay that you're entitled to, you can file a complaint with the education department, just like any other Korean teacher can. So it's like like a trade. Is it not a trade union? It's not a trade union. It's not. It's just
Same,
like, yeah.
same to English teachers.
Yeah. So you can do that.
I
So
see.
you are safe in that aspect.
Thank you. This one.
Any more questions?
We have a break. So
Okay.
then the personal
Personal questions.
questions. Yes. 네. Next video.
Okay.
Yeah.